omega എന്ന് പറയുന്ന representation കാണും. ഇതിലെ x ഇത് തമ്മിലുള്ള ഡിഫറൻസ് എന്താണെന്നൊന്ന് തിരിച്ചറിയാം. Can you guess what will be the difference like this? Frequency domain always you have to use capital letters. Okay, so that's why I am using capital X over here. So seeing this small x, you can say that you are in time domain, and seeing a capital letter, you can say that you are in frequency domain. That's a fact. Now you see in the format. Now can you distinguish between these two people? ഇവർ തമ്മിൽ ഒന്ന് distinguish ചെയ്യാൻ try ചെയ്ത് നോക്കാവോ? X of e power j omega and x of k. Just look at this. What's the nature of the signal? Continuous or discrete? What about the signal?
Discrete.
So discrete in one domain, you had a previous logic. Continuous, discrete, periodic, non-periodic. Discrete in one domain means that will be periodic in other domain, isn't it? Now another fact, you are applying this thing for non-periodic signals, isn't it? Oh no, Dtft you will apply for non-periodic signals. So for non-periodic in one domain means, so non-periodic in time domain means going to frequency domain, it should be what? Continuous. Right? So the spectrum of this signal will be continuous. You agree with it? I'm saying you that spectrum of this particular signal will be continuous. Spectrum means frequency domain plot. Why it is continuous? Because the signal is non-periodic. Okay. So when it is non-periodic in time domain, the spectrum will be definitely continuous in frequency domain. A continuous spectrum, frequency domain plot, continuous anengile, we would like to represent it like this: e raised to j omega. Got it? All omega values are valid for the spectrum. It has all omega values. If your spectrum is discrete, for example, you consider a periodic signal over here. Assume that your x of n was periodic. Do focus, please. If x of n is periodic, what can you say about the spectrum? Discrete. In that case, I will use this notation, x of k. K represents discrete. നമ്മൾ ഇവിടെ n യൂസ് ചെയ്തതുപോലെ frequency domain discrete notation ആണ് k, 0, 1, 2, 3 likewise. So this is discrete and this is continuous. Since I am taking Dtft, I will represent my signal like this. So we have justified this notation. So x of e power j omega, the equation is given like this: sigma n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n e raised to minus j omega n. This is the equation to compute Dtft of a signal. Let's try some example. Very simple problem. We'll do two problems and wind up. First is transform your signal x of n equal to del of n. Assume that your signal is del of n. You have to find the Dtft of the signal. Find the Dtft of the signal. How can you represent x of n Dtft? You can represent it as x of e power j omega. Why? Because this is non-periodic signal. So my spectrum will be continuous. That's why I am using x of e power j omega. So that is equal to, this signal is valid only at which time? Del of n real. What is del of n? Del of n, unit impulse. So that means, what is the difference between del of t and del of n? Del of t, what will be the amplitude? Del of t.
1.
Del of t, the amplitude will be infinity. Del of t, amplitude will be infinity. Area under this should be 1. So when the base is limited to 0, it will go to infinity. Del of n, the amplitude is 1. That's the difference, basic difference. Because del of n is discrete, it is specifically to this particular 0 only, and the amplitude will be 1. Here the amplitude will be infinity. Del of t infinity at is 1 item treaty. So that's the difference between continuous and discrete impulse. So this is our signal. It's valid only at n equal to 0. So what will be your x of n? Here integration should be, you have to change the range. It's minus infinity to infinity. In this span, the signal is valid only at n equal to 0. So you will have del of 0 into e power minus j omega into 0. So del of 0 is 1 into e power j0, that is again 1. So the final answer is 1. So what is the Dtf del of n? So that is 1. Okay ആണോ? ഇപ്പോൾ എളുപ്പമുള്ള ഒരു പ്രോബ്ലം ഞാൻ ചെയ്തു. ഇനി നിങ്ങൾക്ക് അടുത്തൊരു പ്രോബ്ലം തരാം. ഇതിന്റെ നെക്സ്റ്റ് ലെവൽ നിങ്ങളൊന്ന് ട്രൈ ചെയ്ത് നോക്കും. Let's do this question. You find the Dtft of say a raised to n, or you do like this 1 by 2 all raised to n u of n. This is your task. You have to find the Dtft of 1 by 2 all raised to n u of n. നമുക്ക് ഇത് സോൾവ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് സ്റ്റോപ്പ് ചെയ്യാം. Make it fast. ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ടല്ലോ? Hope you are solving it. All of you switch on the cameras, please. Camera ഒന്ന് turn on ചെയ്യുക എല്ലാവരും. You just modify you write the basic equation and just modify the limit. That's all. So always you do it like this. Start with the fundamental equation. Sigma n equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n e raised to minus j omega n. Now your x of n is what? 1 by 2 all raised to n u of n, right? So since you have u of n, you can modify the limit. ഞാൻ എല്ലാ സ്റ്റെപ്സും ഡീറ്റെയിൽ ആയിട്ട് എഴുതുന്നില്ല. I'm cut shorting the steps. Hope you are fine with this. Since I have u of n, I'm not having negative side for n. I don't want to worry about that. That will become 0. So n is 0 to infinity 1 by 2 all raised to n e raised to minus j omega n, right? Now let me write n in the combine ചെയ്യാം. So it will be 1 by 2 e raised to minus j omega all raised to n. So this is a geometric progression, GP, right? When you substitute n equal to 0, what will happen? This time will become 1.
Sir, screen present ആവുന്നുണ്ടോ? കാണുന്നില്ലല്ലോ.
Just check. എല്ലാവരും ഒന്ന് നോക്കി. Screen visible ആണോ? Hope.
കാണാം സർ.
Okay. മോനെ ഇപ്പൊ ക്ലിയർ ആയോ? നോക്കി.
ഇല്ല, ഞാൻ ഒന്ന് ലെഫ്റ്റ് അടിച്ച് കയറാം.
Okay. So 1 plus, say n equal to 1, substitute here, you will get it as 1 by 2 e raised to minus j omega, plus substitute n equal to 2, so it's 1 by 2 e raised to minus j omega raised to 2 plus etc. up to infinity. Do remember it is up to infinity, then only you can apply the basic equation for GP. So what's the basic equation? GP യുടെ എന്താണ്? A by 1 minus r. ഓർമ്മയുണ്ടോ? The A is the first term. First term is 1. 1 by 1 minus r. R is the common ratio. What is the common ratio? 1 by 2 e raised to minus j omega. 1 by 2 e raised to minus j omega. So this is the Dtft of 1 by 2 all raised to n u of n. Clear ആണോ? നിങ്ങൾ Dtft ഇതിനു മുമ്പ് പഠിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടോ? maybe in signals and systems DTFT പഠിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടോ? Have you studied this? കേട്ടിട്ടില്ല? പഠിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഓക്കെ ഓക്കെ ഓക്കെ. അങ്ങനെയാണെങ്കിൽ can I find the DFT of 2 raised to n u of n or DTFT of 2 raised to n u of n instead of 1 by 2? Can I substitute 2? പറ്റില്ല because your signal has to be absolutely summable. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് അറിയാവുന്ന കാര്യമാണ്, കുറച്ചുകൂടെ ഫാസ്റ്റ് ആയിട്ട് പോവാം. സോ ആ പോയിന്റ് ഒന്ന് ഓർത്തിരിക്കണം കേട്ടോ. യുവർ സിഗ്നൽ മസ്റ്റ് ബി അബ്സല്യൂട്ട്ലി സമ്മബിൾ. So my question is, can you try to draw the phase spectrum for this? Can you try to draw the phase spectrum? So what is phase spectrum? Or you draw the magnitude spectrum first. Magnitude spectrum. It's a plot between omega and modulus of x of e power j omega. You have to make a plot between these two people. So let's find the modulus first. So what is mod x of e power j omega in this? Try to plot this for different values of omega on the plot. നിങ്ങൾ ഫുൾ ഒരു കാര്യം ചെയ്യാം. യു വിൽ ഫൈൻഡ് ദി സേ സബ്സ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ട് ഒമേഗ ഈക്വൽ ടു 0. നമുക്ക് അന്ന് ഫേസും ഒരുമിച്ച് കാൽക്കുലേറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് പോകണമെങ്കിൽ ആ ഒരു പ്രൊസീജിയർ ആയിരിക്കും എളുപ്പം. വെൻ ഒമേഗ ഈക്വൽ ടു 0, ലെറ്റ്സ് ഫൈൻഡ് മോഡുലസ് ഓഫ് എക്സ് ഓഫ് ഇ പവർ ജെ ഒമേഗ. You have to find the phase also. തൽക്കാലം മോഡുലസിൽ നിർത്താം. When omega equal to 0, what will be this equation? E raised to 0, that will be 1. When omega equal to 0, this will be 1 by 1 minus 1 by 2. So this will be 2. Modulus of 2 is 2. So when omega equal to 0, I can say that my amplitude is 2. Now substitute omega is equal to say pi by 2. Omega equal to substitute pi by 2. So what will happen? This will be 1 by 1 minus 1 by 2 e raised to minus j pi by 2. What is the value of e raised to minus j pi by 2? E raised to I theta, e raised to minus j pi by 2 value കണ്ടുപിടിക്കുക. E raised to I theta is cos theta plus I sin theta. This is minus ആണ് വരുന്നത്. So cos theta minus j sin theta. Theta is pi by 2. So this is cos pi by 2 minus j sin pi by 2. Cos pi by 2 is cos 90, 0 minus j sin 90 is 1. So it's 0 minus j. It's minus j. So this will be 1 by 1 minus 1 by 2j. ശരിയാണോ? So what will be the modulus of this? One by root of 1 square plus അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇതിനെ cross multiply ചെയ്ത് you can write it as 2 by 2 minus j also, isn't it? 2 by 2 minus j. So what is the modulus of this 2 by 2 minus j? 2 divided by root of 2 square is 4 plus 1 square, so that is 2 by root 5. You will get it as 2 by root 5. So you mark 2 by root 5 maybe somewhere over here. This is 2 by root 5 for omega equal to pi by 2. Likewise, you can find substitute different values of omega, and the plot will be, my point is this thing, the plot will be continuous, isn't it? The magnitude spectrum will be continuous. നമ്മുടെ ഫാക്റ്റും നമുക്ക് നോക്കാം. When it is non-periodic, signal has to be continuous in other domain. That's valid over here. It's a non-periodic signal. Sorry, this one. It's a non-periodic signal and the spectrum is continuous in the frequency domain. Is that clear? തൽക്കാലം അത്രയും മതി. നമുക്കിനി DFT പോകാനുണ്ട്. അത് എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണെന്നുള്ളത് നാളെ പറയാം. ഇപ്പൊ ടൈം ഒരുപാട് പറയാം. നിങ്ങൾ റെസ്റ്റ് എടുക്കുക കുറച്ചു നേരം. ഇത് ക്ലിയർ ആണോ? ക്ലോസ് ചെയ്യാം. Any confusion? ആർക്കെങ്കിലും എന്തെങ്കിലും ചോദിക്കാനുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ചോദിക്കാം. ക്ലാരിഫിക്കേഷൻ വേണമെങ്കിൽ തരാം. Else we will wind up. ഞാൻ ഒരു മിനിറ്റ് ഒന്നുകൂടെ അറ്റൻഡൻസ് ഒന്ന് മാർക്ക് ചെയ്തോട്ടെ, ഒന്ന് ലീവ് ചെയ്ത് കയറുകയാണ്. ഓക്കെ, നിങ്ങൾ ഇപ്പം ലീവ് ആവരുത്, പ്ലീസ് ഹോൾഡ് ഓൺ.